10 signs someone never really loved you. It is painful to experience a love that's one-sided and unrequited, but it can also be a useful lesson and a wake-up call for one to stop waiting around for someone who is never going to love you back. Here are 10 signs he or she never really loved you. The lines separating the concepts of love, lust, and infatuation are very thin. It's easy to get tangled up and confuse one another, allowing us to be open and vulnerable. These can cause strange, torturous, and painful emotions that take over our entire being. The worst part of this ordeal is, love can blind a person for seeing things as they are, and you may blame yourself for everything that goes wrong, which only leaves a couple of feelings: hopelessness, inadequate, and defeated. The following items on the list may pull on your heartstrings and will probably hit you where it hurts or remind you of your own failed relationships. But don't worry, whatever you are going through at the moment, it's temporary. Remember that time when you thought things would never get easier? If you bounce back from that, you can do it again. Before we get to it, don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel. Number 10. They are almost always emotionally unavailable. Just because somebody says, "I love you," it doesn't always mean it's true. You will feel this if you stop looking at your relationship through those rose-colored glasses and start trusting your intuition. When someone is emotionally distant, you will feel a constant struggle to connect with them on a level that you should be when the love is real. You will feel as if they always have their guard up and that they don't completely trust you. Also, they find it hard to empathize, say, or do the right thing when you're going through a tough situation. Love is the most beautiful and intimate experience in the world. If you feel that there is an invisible wall separating you from the person that you love, then there probably is. Listen to your heart. Number 9. Their behavior changes depending on the conditions. Yes, boundaries are important. We will get to that topic later in the video. But love, as described in numerous religious and philosophical contexts since the beginning of the time, is and will always be patient, immense, and unconditional. There are sayings that you can't choose who you love, and the heart wants what the heart wants. A partner who doesn't love you for who you really are will almost always find reasons and conditions to complicate the relationship. Sure, they will be around when things are light and easy, but watch how they act when things get hard. Will they persevere to get things back on the way they were? Or will they spin you around in a game of blame, guilt trips, and ultimatums? If it's the latter, then I'm sorry to have to break it to you, but that's not love. Number 8. They isolate you from the rest of the world. The need to be loved does not equate to the need for control or dominance over the other person completely. Social isolation in romantic relationships can be defined as having limited to no contact to the people outside of your relationship, including your family and your closest friends. You may already know this is an obvious red flag, but if you're in love, we most of the time become blind to these red flags, or we simply choose to ignore them. If your partner is forbidding or limiting your time with other people in your life, it may be a sign that they have a narcissistic obsession with control. These types of people are so full of themselves and will make sure you receive zero support from other people when your relationship starts to crumble, making you feel like they're the only one you can run to. This abusive cycle is not powered by love, but by obsession. If you've ever been with someone like this, you know it would be best to break away from this vicious cycle. Someone who truly loves you will honor and respect your relationships with others. Number 7. They invalidate your dreams. Support is very important in any relationship. It is one no-brainer sign that someone truly loves you. Your dreams, no matter how small, crazy, or insignificant they may seem at times, still matter. Your emotions matter as well. If you are with someone who always discounts your emotions, belittles your dreams, or fails to support you and show up for things that matter to you and make you happy, then they probably don't love you. Sure, someone who loves you will always be honest and tell it as it is, but they will never cross the line and break your confidence. As long as you're not getting yourself into any real trouble with your dreams and aspirations, someone who truly loves you will be your biggest fan and support system, no matter how small or crazy the endeavor may be, as long as it makes you happy. Number 6, they are fault finders. More often than not, true love always feels like it's too good to be true. You will be grateful and content with how things are and choose to focus on the good things, even if there is obviously no such thing as a perfect relationship or a perfect partner. But someone who constantly feels the need to pinpoint your faults, even the smallest, most insignificant ones, bring up past issues and spark petty arguments, can pose a great threat to any relationship. It may be a sign that they are not ready to be in a serious relationship, or they are constantly searching for fault and conflict because, deep down, they don't have the guts to admit to you or to themselves that the feeling of love and gratitude has faded away. They may secretly be waiting for you to get fed up and end things, as they don't want to be the responsible one for hurting your feelings. Oh man, heavy stuff, am I right? Well, better bring out those tissues and buckle up for the second half of the list. But before that, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Number 5, they often forget the nitty-gritty details. If someone constantly forgets or shows little to no effort at all to remember the most basic details about your life, such as your anniversary, your birthday, food allergies, or simple things like how you like your coffee in the morning or what kind of wine you prefer, you may need to take a step back and reassess your relationship, especially if you've been dating for a long time. This may be a sign that your partner is not as invested in you as you think they are, or they could still be deciding if this love is worth it. Trust me, never be sure of someone who is unsure of you. Number 4, they lie to avoid hurting your feelings. True love requires 100% transparency, even when the truth hurts. Having a partner tell you what you want to hear instead of the cold hard truth shows that they are putting their best foot forward. This could indicate that love may be brewing, but it's not completely there yet. The course of true love never did run smoothly. As hard as it sounds, the truth is fairly simple. If love is real, the truth will always shine, and no matter how uncomfortable those truths are for you or your partner, you will be sure to face it together and rely on each other to tell you how it is. Look for a partner who tells you what you need to hear, not just what you want to hear. Number 3, they prefer to keep the relationship a secret. It's true that privacy is key to a peaceful life. There's no denying that. But this item on the list isn't simply referring to social media or public displays of affection. Some people like to keep it private online, respect their boundaries. Some people, for morality or religious sake, are not comfortable showing displays of affection in public places. Respect their boundaries as well. But if your partner is afraid to even be seen with you, or if they require you to keep the relationship a secret from family and friends, this may be a red flag, even if the feelings between you are real. Sure, star-crossed love can still exist in 2020, but if love is real and worth fighting for, you will never ever have to hide or let anything get in the way of that. True love conquers all. Number 2, You're in a relationship, but you still feel alone. It is important to have your alone time and life outside of your relationship. If your partner misses your call because they're busy with work or are going on their daily run, let them off the hook. It's healthy to respect their boundaries and to make time for yourself. But partners are not required to stop whatever they're doing to cater to your needs at any given time. They should be there for you when it counts, especially when you're going through a tough time or experience, like the loss of a pet or a loved one, sickness, or failure. True love will never make you go through all the tough stuff alone. Instead, you grow through the tough stuff with the help of your loving relationships. Are you ready for number 1? We've got you covered. But before that, don't forget to like and share this video and hit subscribe while you're at it. Number 1. They will never inflict physical harm on you. Sure, accidents happen sometimes, especially during rough play, and that's completely fine. Tickle wars, anyone? But if someone who claims to love you ever lays a hand on you during one of those fights or disagreements, then that's not love. That's physical abuse. This one needs no explanation. Stop kidding yourself. You deserve better. You deserve someone who will never threaten you with violence, no matter how heated an argument gets. How do you heal from being in a relationship with someone who doesn't love you back? Let us know in the comments section, and hope that it reaches whoever may need this advice today. We are Curious on Command, signing off for today and urging you to stay curious.